everyone, here we are again. Gosh, it's hot. Well, it is down here where we are anyway. I think the temperature's just dropped to about 30 degrees. But anyway, enough of that. This is our tutorial as promised for the Beatles song In My Life. And this version is the version in C, which is marginally easier than the version in F and might suit your singing range a little better. Just for reference, the Beatles themselves performed the song in A, so that's a reference point if you like. Okay, in C it's not difficult. There are some slightly unusual chords, but nothing really that's going to put any pressure on your chord dictionary. Now, we've got to start with the introduction, because I've shown it on the song sheet as just 4 beats of C and 4 beats of G7. Now, if you've got somebody doing an accompaniment, that works fine. So you can just, if you'd like to demonstrate. However, if you want to do that little introductory riff that is absolutely iconic to this song, then you need to watch the timing of it, because it doesn't go, which you would think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't do that, because that you change from the C to the G7th half a beat early. So it's actually on 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So it's on 3.5 beats. So the effect that it means that it comes in just that fraction early, which just gives a twist to the rhythm of the performance. And it works like this. If I can do it, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So if Pam's playing on the beat, it helps very much if what she's doing on that 3.5 beat, that last off half beat, doesn't impinge too much. Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking of playing it, I might play the introduction, if I were doing the bass rhythm section, as something like. So I'm plucking strings 1, 2 and 3 upwards and plucking string 4 downwards with my thumb. Now I'm using my low G tenor uke for this, and there is a good reason for that, which we'll come to. But if you're playing that, now what you play with your thumb on beat 3.5 is a G note, which fits fine on the G7th chord, so it doesn't detract. So if can you so
no, not very well.
No. All right. So if you get your rhythm section to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then the flash so-and-so who's going to be doing the introductory riff, don't look at me, is going to be the one who has to change the chord half a beat early. So we get just once more. And again. Okay, and that happens after the first verse as well, and it also happens right at the end. So we'll have a look at them as we come through. Right, verses. Starts off easily enough. There are places I remember: C, G, A minor 7. What could be difficult about that? Just a thought. You might like to play A minor 7th rather than just 0 0 0 0. I often play A minor 7th as 2 1 3 2 0 3 0 rather. So you get that juxtaposition of the 7th and the root note. You miss out the E doing it that way, but it's just a different voicing for the A minor 7th that emphasises the G note, rather than because the G note is lost at the bottom there. So then we get C, G, A minor 7th, and you've only got a couple of beats. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. 2 beats on the A minor 7th, and then you go to a C 7th. Now, again, a couple of voices for the C 7th in the context of this song. It's perfectly fine to play a plain 0 0 1, finger 1, fret 1, string 1, first chord you ever learned, as a C 7th there. That works. Also, 3 0 0 3 works very well because it just gives a different inversion and puts the 7th note down there. But actually I find that C7, because that C note is in the accompaniment, where it goes there are places I remember. So you hit that C7, that B flat note. Now we get to F6. Right, well, don't be frightened by, again, these are only codes, and once you know what the code is shorthand for, then it needn't worry you. The chord dictionaries will say play F6 as 5 5 5 5. Well, you can do that, but in the context of this song it works much better if you play F6 exactly the same shape as D minor. So 2 2 1 0, which shows in all the chord dictionaries as D minor. So if you play F6 in that shape, then you get your bass player to play the F note, the root note, which just adds that 6th note into it. And then we go into F minor 6. Now, a lot of people who play this song just play that as a plain F minor. But if you look at the Beatles score, which I have, they actually favour the 6th. They love their minor 6th, the Beatles, and particularly George Martin doing the arranging. Loves his minor 6th. They come up all over the place. So F minor 6th is, well, the easiest way to do it in the context of this song is 1 2 1 3. 1 2 1 3. Oop. 1 2 1 3. To get there from the F6th in the D minor shape, you haven't really got much of a fixed reference point. You've got to change your hand position completely, and you haven't got very long to do it. You've only got 2 beats again. So the first line is, there are places I remember all my life, though some have changed. See, you've only got 2 beats on that F6 D minor shape, and then to the F minor 6th. So that's the first line. Second line repeats exactly, same chord structure. And then it gets a bit easier. You just get the A minor, all these places have their moments, to an F. And then we go, it drops in the gap between the lyrics at the end of the half line, all these places had their moments. It drops from the F to the F6th, which in practical terms means that you just play your F and then drop your ring finger in onto the 6th note. If you want to be fancy about it, you can transit via the open 2nd string, which is actually going from an F to an F major 7th to an F6. And that's just play your F chord, then lift your index finger for the E natural note, and then put those 2 back on. And there's a surprising chord that follows that, your friendly neighbourhood B flat, which you must have learned to love by now, and if you haven't, it's about time you did. Say no more about that. And then the fourth line of the verse, some are dead and some are living. There's another surprise chord there, a D major. It gives a lift to the whole thing.
I'll play it then.
Yep, Pam plays it 2225, or you can play it 2220, or any which way you like. Any voice you fancy for a D major chord, you can play it up there, 7655, or anywhere you want to find it. So that's actually pretty much the verse, except from that D, wherever you find to play it, you're going from there to an F minor sixth, which is 1, 2, 1, 3, as we just said. So wherever you're playing your D major, remember that's where you're going next. Like that. That's the end of the first verse, and then we just get that little turnaround riff, that and don't forget half a beat early for the chord change if you're doing the lead. And then we get the second verse, as they say, second verse, same as the first. So all those little tricks that you used in the first verse, you can use some of them in the second verse, or save some of them for the second verse. I always believe in trying very hard not to play the same stuff all the way through. And this is a gentle song, and it's quite a slow song, so don't forget the expression and dynamics, loud and soft, where you think it's appropriate. It's your interpretation of the song after all. So we've got the first and second verse. Now the instrumental break. Well, George Martin did the instrumental break, and he cheated on the Beatles recording of it. He played it on a piano very slowly and then speeded it up to make it sound like a harpsichord. So he probably played it in F or something and then speeded it up via the wizardry of his tape machines, speeded it up and also raised the pitch till he was playing in A in the right rhythm. Now, I can do that slowly as well. The instrumental break, you go back to the record and listen to it, and it goes something like this. And like that. Well, if you want to, if you want any help with that, I think we'll talk privately about that. But some of you, I know, will fancy that as a challenge. But for the rest of us mere mortals, when we're playing the chord accompaniment behind the instrumental break, it's a little bit surprising in that instead of a C seventh, it uses a C ninth. But that's just to make the instrumental break sound slightly different from the verses, because otherwise it's just the first two lines of the verse. But if you throw that C ninth in, it just twists it a little bit. And C ninth is 0201. Lovely chord. So the Beatles loved their sixth and ninths and minor sixths and all those accidentals that, I say, a lot of that is down to George Martin. But anyway, after the instrumental break, you simply have a repeat of the last two lines of the second verse, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. And then I know I often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. And then we get that little... And then you go straight from that G7th to the F minor 6th. There's a little coda there. In my life, I love you more. that little twist at the end is you do the dum, bum, ba, da, da, and then you're on a G7 and you just lift your ring finger to get that little twirl on the B note, A note, back to B, and then resolve to a C. So there we are. Those are all the little twists and tricks and turns and wrinkles in a beautiful song, one of the Beatles' finest, in my humble opinion. And John Lennon thought so too. He thought it was one of the best songs that he wrote, although Paul McCartney takes issue. It was very much a collaboration, this one. The structure was Paul's and the actual melody and lyric were John's. But it works, doesn't it? Right.
Yep.
Okay, are we done?
Yep.
Anything you'd like to add? Anything I've forgotten?
Only if anybody wanted any tips on the F, perhaps message us.
What, they're doing the same song
Yeah.
in the key of F?
Yeah.
Yep. We do have the song sheet available in the key of F, if that suits your singing range better. If you're into finger style, finger picking and chord melody, you might find playing it in F to be a bit easier than playing it in C. Have a try with it in both keys if you've got both song sheets, and see what you think. And as I say, if you need some tips on doing it in F, just let us know, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe
just tell people where F9 and B flat 6.
Yep, okay. Yeah. Well, just, yes, as a postscript.
Yeah.
The playing it in the key of F, of course, where we had in the instrumental break in the key of C, we had a C ninth. Playing it in F, in the instrumental break, we need an F ninth. And actually,
and in the verse.
And in the verse too, it's a slightly different arrangement. F ninth is easy. It's 0, 3, 1, 0. So you get the ninth note in that G down there. Play it on a high G, Pam. And play it one string at a time. It's G. Lovely chord. And what else? Oh, B flat sixth. That might cause you a bit of a problem. Chord dictionaries and the arrangement I've seen for this say B flat sixth is 3, 2, 3, don't play. So you mute the first string. So you just play there. There's another way of doing it. You can do B flat sixth at here, if you like, bar the 3rd fret and play the 5th fret on strings 1 and 3. That's another. So you get 3, 5, 3, 5. That's a B flat sixth. And then you go to a B flat minor sixth, which the easy way to play B flat minor sixth is 0, 1, 1, 1. Nice. Lovely chord. There's another way you can play B flat minor sixth that works just as well, and that's 3, 1, 3, 1. So either way, if you have a go at it in F, just bear those things in mind, those chord shapes. Oh, and the E flat, which also pops up in the 3rd line of the verse. Easiest way to play it, and the way that works probably best in the context of this particular song, is the 1st position E flat, which is 0, 3, 3, 1. Rather than do what the chord dictionaries show for E flat is usually 3, 3, 3, 6. But 0, 3, 3, 1 works better in that context. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, what you told me, what you pointed out,
Yeah.
Pam, was the first 3 chords.
Yeah. So if you're playing the first bit, there are places I remember. If you play the F with an added C, then your finger is there to get to the C, but it's also there to go to the D minor 7th. So that little finger can just stay in that position. And that works really well. You've still got to get to the F ninth, but hey, you know, anything that helps.
Nothing to add to that, unless you're trying to play a bit of chord melody, which then in F is.
No, it isn't.
You need that G note, so playing your open F is better. But then again, as I say, if anybody wants some tips with chord melody on that, let me know, and we'll see if we can arrange something offline. Right, I think that's about it.
Yep,
isn't it?
that's it.
Okay, well, now that it's cooling off just slightly, I'm going to go and sit in the sun for 10 minutes. Bronze me limbs.
Oh,
So, okay, we'll be doing play-along versions of this song in both keys on Sunday. Yeah, your idea.
I said in C.
Well, we'll have a go anyway. And apart from that, enjoy yourselves. I don't know whether you're...
Silly Song Friday.
Silly Song Friday. Yes, this one, it's the one that's coming up on Friday is a little bit cheeky, but I hope it will.
Sauce pot.
I hope it will amuse you. Okay, well, whether you're furloughed, working, retired like me, hurrah, or whatever you're doing to pass the time, stay away from beaches. It's really not worth it. So anyway, that's enough of my waffle. I'm going to stop now. So until we meet again, stay safe, take care of each other, and be kind to yourselves. Bye bye for now.